It is 2 p.m. on Father's Day, and I just have to do a story time of our day so far because it couldn't have gone worse. So for context, our Father's Day plans were quite simple, but obviously too ambitious. We were literally just booked in to go for a really nice breakfast this morning at a really nice local cafe. My parents, my partner, and his sister was driving up from Sydney to surprise him. Anyway, we all went to bed last night as per usual, nothing off, couldn't sense any sickness in the baby. And then from about 10 p.m. onwards, obviously I co-sleep, my son just started like tossing and turning and was getting unsettled. And obviously because he was unsettled, I hadn't been able to fall asleep yet. So it got to midnight and I hadn't fallen asleep yet. I was like, oh my God, spiraling. I'm going to have the worst Father's Day, but whatever. And then at midnight, he literally just like abruptly sat up in the middle of the bed and just projectile vomited everywhere. Anyway, so after the first vomit, it became very apparent that he was sick and he ended up vomiting 4 more times during the night. Each vomit, we are so dumb, but it kept being in a different location. So he ended up vomiting all through this bed, all through the bathroom, downstairs, and then in the spare bed. So by the morning, everything was covered in vomit from about 4:30 till 6. So I got about 2.5 hours of sleep. Anyway, so this morning I was like, obviously I'll get up with the baby. So I was just about to get up with my son, and he, went to the toilet. His, poo unfortunately leaked all through the nappy into the bed and on the wall. So we started the morning with another disaster. So this third set of linen had to all be washed and stripped off the bed. So we're like, yeah, coming in hot with a beautiful diarrhea to start the morning. Anyway, let my partner go back to sleep, and then when it was time for him to wake up, I was like, oh, I'll set up the Father's Day present so it can come out to like a bit of a setup. So I put like the 3 presents on the table and 2 beautiful coffees for him and put my son there, so it's like a little presentation. And he walks out, and just as he sits down to open his present, my son pushes the presents and it hits the coffee, and the coffee just goes everywhere, like all over the presents, all over the card, and all over my mum's outdoor table rug, which is expensive. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. So now we had to clean up this coffee that went fucking everywhere. Let's try salvage the day. Let's drive to the golf course that my partner plays at, and we'll do like a little bit of time on the golf course and go for lunch. Anyway, we get in the car and we're halfway driving there, and you just hear this like, what? And like turn around, my son projectile vomits all through the car, and his car's brand new, so we had to come home, and he had to empty his entire car, and he's taken it to the shops to get washed, and they're like, oh, for this sort of level of vomit it's going to be $250 for us to detail the car enough to get rid of the vomit smell. So we had to take the car seat out. Now there's more washing because we've got to wash all those vomit stained clothes. And yeah, my partner was just at the shops getting his car cleaned, and it was like 2 p.m. and we hadn't eaten yet, and he's like in the most feral mood. And yeah, that's our Father's Day so far. We've all had about 2 hours sleep. So manic, and I just feel so sorry for my partner. Like literally he hasn't had any relaxation all day. And that's the message. Can't plan anything with children. So it's, yeah, like 2-3 o'clock now, so let's see what the second half of the day brings.